Well, today the Supreme Court is hearing arguments on what could be the most consequential case thus far for big tech. The landmark case wants to hold Google-owned YouTube liable for harmful content that its algorithms allegedly promote. That's the important part here. NBC News senior legal correspondent Jarrett has more on this. Hey there. So what is this court case? Who is suing Google and why exactly? Walk us through the backdrop of this.
Hey, Savannah, these lengthy oral arguments just wrapping up here a short time ago, almost 3 hours. The justices were very engaged in this case. It was a hot bench, so to speak, tough questions for really both sides of the parties in this case. The background here, of course, is a lawsuit stemming from a woman that was killed by ISIS back in 2015. She was studying abroad in Paris. She was attacked by ISIS members. And the argument here is that YouTube and Google's parent company should essentially be on the hook for that death, because ISIS has been posting hundreds of videos on YouTube, essentially using it as a recruitment tool. And instead of taking those videos down, YouTube is actually amplifying that speech, recommending more videos to people based on what they've seen in the past, using their algorithms, which we've heard so much about in the past few years. Now, typically, tech companies can't be on the hook for what other people are posting on its platforms. But in this case, the plaintiffs are trying to say it's not about hosting ISIS, it's about actually recommending these videos, and that's the hook here. But that was a line the court seemed very uncomfortable with drawing. The justices were coming from every different direction, saying, how are we possibly supposed to distinguish between just a regular search engine like Google? It prioritizes what you see in your feed. How is that any different than this case when obviously YouTube is making a set of selections about what videos it thinks you might be interested in? And the real potential here is a flood of litigation, which Google says would be ruinous, especially for small companies, and something the justices also seem particularly sensitive to. Justice Kagan saying at one point that if this position holds that the plaintiffs wants, you are opening or you are creating a world of lawsuits, something that Justice Kavanaugh also echoing, saying the lawsuits will be nonstop. So it'll be interesting to see how the court ultimately rules in this case and whether Section 230 should actually apply to something like making recommendations on a YouTube feed. But it's safe to say the justices were very skeptical, Savannah.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.